Hi guys, today we're looking at 4D.3. Our math learning objective is I can create and solve a quadratic equation by interpreting key information from a given real-world situation. Looking at example 1, a farmer is fencing in a rectangular area. He plans to enclose an area that is 48 meters squared using fencing on 4 sides. The length is 2 meters longer than the width. So, again, we're going to start with drawing our picture. The setup is very much like our setup in our other problems. We're then just going to solve. So my area is 48 meters squared. So I have a 48 on the inside. And then the length is 2 meters longer than the width. And it's just saying let width be W. So instead of using X, I'm going to use W as my width. Look over here. And then my length is 2 meters longer. So the length is the width plus that 2 meters. That's kind of how you're looking like when the side B was 9 inches longer, 4 inches shorter, or whatever. Okay, so it's longer, so we're adding. Okay? You have to put more there. Alright. So we've already technically done this step 2, right? The expression for length. Length equals our width plus 2. Step 3. Now again, step 3 is just like what we were doing before, right? Our equation for the area. Area equals length times width. So in this case, my area is 48 equals W times W plus 2. I am going to distribute that through. 48 equals W times W is W squared. W times 2 is 2W. In solving my equation for W, I'm going to subtract 48 from both sides. So I have 0 equals W squared plus 2W minus 48. Here, I want to solve for W. This is going back to previous problems we've seen before as well. If I have a quadratic, if I have that squared, I need to factor, right? So I have W squared, I have negative 48. I am multiplying to negative 48 and adding the positive 2. Looking up those two numbers, what multiplies to negative 48 but adds to 2? That's positive 8W, negative 6W. So W squared is W plus times W. W plus 8, W equals minus 6. So from here I have W plus 8 equals 0. W minus 6 equals 0. Subtract 8. W equals negative 8. Sorry, I'm trying to fit this in. Add 6. W equals positive 6. Okay. Now again, this is a real world problem. I'm talking about the width of a garden or width of a fence or something. Does it make sense for my width to be negative 8? No, I can't have a negative width. Does it make sense for my width to be 6? Yes. Okay, so W equals 6. Then our last thing is to solve for the length. So remember, length was W plus 2. So that equals 6 plus 2, which equals 8. Okay, so my width is 6 and my length is 8. All right, let's look at our second problem. Very much the same type of problem. A farmer is fencing in a rectangular area. He plans to enclose an area that is 45 meters squared using fencing on 4 sides. The length is 4 meters shorter than the width. So again, drawing that picture, I have an area that is 45 meters squared. And my width is just going to be W. My length is 4 meters shorter. So my length is W minus 4. So length equals W minus 4. Again, we're saying minus because it is shorter. Step 3, write the equation for the area. Again, I'm going to use this picture. And the area equals length times width. So my area is 45 equals W minus 4 times W. I'm still distributing that in. So 45 equals W squared minus 4W. Getting it equal to 0, I'm going to subtract 45 from both sides. So 0 equals, let me move this up a little bit, it doesn't want me writing in the bottom of my board. 0 equals W squared minus 4W minus 45. Alright, so I'm going to factor. Again, I have W squared here, negative 45 here. So multiply to negative 45, add to negative 4. So my numbers that multiply to negative 45 but add to negative 4 are going to be negative 9 and positive 5, right? Negative 9 times 5 is negative 45. Negative 9 plus 5 is negative 4. W squared is W times W. W times negative 9, W times positive 5. So I have W minus 9 equals 0, and W plus 5 equals 0. Looking at this one, I'm going to add 9 to both sides, and W equals 9. Okay. Looking at this one, I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides, and W equals negative 5. Well, if I look again, remember, we can't have negative numbers in a real world context. So my width is going to be 9. And then if I think about my length was U minus 4 left, which is 9 minus 4, which equals 5. And again, you can always check that your answer makes sense. If my width is 9 and my length is 5, is my area going to be 45? Yes, 9 times 5 gives me 45. All right, let's go ahead and look at our next answer, or next question. Example 3. The combined area of the 3 window panes and the frame shown below is 252 meters squared. The frame is uniform width. What is the side length x of each square window? So I'll be using any method. Okay. So again, we're going to be using the area model for this. I know the area is 252. That's telling me I need to know the total length and the total width of my frame. Okay. So for the length, I'm going to go across. Well, uniform width. What that means is if that's 6 inches, this is 6 inches. And this is 6 inches. Okay? Each of these little frames is X. So if I look here, I pass through 6, then I pass through an X, right? Then I pass through another X, another 6. So for my length, I have 6 plus X plus X plus X plus 6. Okay? What does that equal? Well, I have 1, 2, 3 X's, and 6 plus 6 will give me 12. For my width, same type of thing. Right? I pass through 6, I have an X, and then I pass through another 6. So that's 6 plus X plus 6, which is X plus 12. So, looking at my area model, area equals length times width. My area is 252. My length is 3x plus 12. And my width is x plus 12. From here on out, this is very similar to problems we've already done. I'm going to multiply these together, and then I'm going to solve for x. Okay? So I'm going to draw that box. I have 3x plus 12, and I have x plus 12. X times 3x is 3x squared. X times 12 is 12x. 3x times 12, well, 3 times 12 is 36x. And 12 times 12 is 144. So with that, I have 252, right? We still have that first number, equals, I have 3x squared. I have 12x and 36x, which is 48x, plus 144. Well, in order to factor or solve, right, I need to have it equal to 0. So I'm going to subtract 252 from both sides. 0 equals 3x squared plus 48x. 144 minus 252 gives me negative 108. Right? You can use a calculator. I did. I already done the problem. Now, the next thing I want to look at when I'm factoring is I want to make sure, I want to see if I have a greatest common factor. I have this 3 in front, so I'm going to try and divide everything by 3. It will make my problem a lot easier. So 0 equals 3x squared divided by 3 gives me x squared. 48 divided by 3 gives me 16. And negative 108 divided by 3 is negative 36. So yes, they are all divisible by 3. Then from here, again, I'm just solving. So I need the factor. I have x squared, negative 36. Remember, I'm multiplying the negative 36, adding the 16. My two numbers are 18 and negative 2. So 18 times negative 2 is negative 36. 18 plus negative 2 is 6. So x squared is x times x times positive 18, x times negative 2. And then just like before, I'm just solving. X plus 18 equals 0. X minus 2 equals 0. I'm going to subtract 18 from both sides. X equals negative 18. I'm going to add 2 to both sides. X equals 2. Again, this is real world. I can't have negative numbers. So, the length of my X is 2. Alright, let's look at example 4. Same type of problem. The combined area of the 3 window panes and the frame from below is 459 meters squared. The frame is uniform width. What is the side length of that? Okay. So again, my length and my width here are going to be the same type of thing. Length and passing through X 3 times and the 6 twice. Width and passing through X 1 and the 6 twice. So now my area is 459. 49. Equals length times width, 3x plus 12, x plus 12. I'm going to multiply those together. X plus 12, x plus 12, x times 3x is 3x squared, x times 12 is 12x, 36x, 144. So then I have 459 equals 3x squared, again, plus 48x plus 144. I'm going to subtract 459 from both sides. And I get 0 equals 3x squared plus 48x. 144 minus 459 is minus 350. Again, I want to see if it has the greatest common factor, so it's going to make my factoring that much easier. So 0 equals 3 divided by 3 is x squared. 48 divided by 3 is again 16. And 315 divided by 3 is 105. Again, you can use a calculator. I just know it. Alright, then finding my factors. What does x actually equal? So I have x squared. I have negative 105. These numbers are a little big, so I'll just let you know the factors are 21 and negative 5. Okay. 21 times negative 5 is negative 105. 21 plus negative 5 is 60. So x squared is x times x. X times positive 21. X times negative 5. X plus 21 equals 0. X minus 5 equals 0. I'm going to subtract 21 from both sides. So x equals negative 21. And I'm going to add 5 to both sides. So x equals 5. Again, I can't have negative numbers, so x is going to equal 5. All right, go ahead and work on activity 3.